Yeah. We'll call the meeting to order. And we do have a quorum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes? And next up is approval of minutes, July 29, 2024. If you got your email and you could have already had a chance to read it.
Yeah.
No, it's probably one of the shorter minutes for you.
Meetings are getting shorter again, it's nice.
I move the board accept the minutes of July 29th as written.
Anybody second?
Okay.
I second.
Any discussion? Further digging? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Old business, looks like we have none there for land use ordinance. Development review ordinance is postponed to 8/26 at the request of David Losi. New business. Use ordinance, Andy Staples for Becky Schnur. Map 24 lot 1C application LU 3724 to restructure first floor and add a second story, moving the bedrooms to the second floor. Andy, before you jump in, do we have a, what is that thing called?
Yeah, it's at the back of the thing.
Letter of standing.
Yeah. Okay. Then let it rip, Andy.
Well, the Snurs would like to, take the roof off the one level residence.
Yep.
And add a second level to it.
Yep.
Doesn't really change anything on the exterior footprint, except there is a deck that's going on the north end. Small deck.
North end, is that the garage end?
Yep. Yep. And all the setbacks are good from the road and every property lines and all that. And then when they applied for that permit, they applied for their two-story dwelling in the beginning. So the septic field is plenty for what they have.
We may even have a copy of it all.
Yeah.
It's for 4 bedrooms, and they're just gonna keep it at 2 bedroom, right?
They're just gonna keep it at 2 bedroom. They're gonna eliminate the bedrooms downstairs and make that into a family room and a bigger living area. And
Yeah.
kitchen.
So on the application over here, present number of bedrooms is how many?
Two.
Is that on this one?
Oh, it isn't. It's written, but it should be 13B and C can be filled out.
Yeah. And total number of bedrooms to be added?
Two.
No, you
No.
know.
I'm not adding, right, yeah, right, yeah.
So that would be 0. Present number on 13B should be 2 and 13C should be 0.
Yep.
If they're not adding any, they're just moving them.
It's moving, yeah.
Mhm.
$26 feet, 7.5 inches.
How big is is a square footage now, 1,200?
Yeah, it's about 1,200, it's like a 30 by 40 structure.
So. The proposed square footage would be 2,400,
That I'm building. Well,
first and
12.
second floor.
If you add them both.
Might have read that wrong, I thought that's what was being,
Where is that one?
Number 23.
Number 23.
Oh, okay. Yep,
Oh, so it's 1,200 additional to existing 1,200?
So
1,200 additional square feet.
Yeah.
okay, so far we got easy fixes, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good catch.
Yeah, appreciate your information presented, diagrams. It's helpful, it's very confusing sometimes.
Yeah, it's a lot better than having me draw it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Paper napkin or a shingle.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Hmm.
So is the additional bump out, a second floor bump out or a first floor? It says east
The little
side.
bump out is the deck, it's actually they have a porch there now that's there, I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm changing the front of the house a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, so that would be on the first floor.
First floor, right up to the second.
So that would be living area too.
A porch?
Why would it be living area?
Yeah,
Is it a porch or is?
No, that is, yeah, that would be living area also, but it's not, it's like,
The covered porch? They count that as living area?
it's not a covered porch, it's like a bay window that goes to the second floor,
Oh, so that's that curved
yeah,
thing on the side.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
So it's 10 feet by,
Like 4 or something.
Oh, it's so it's really
That's
nice.
what's existed in there, there's like a porch built there now. But that's gonna disappear, that'll go on.
and that too.
Mm, mm. So that's right, there's a round. Yeah, there's a round. Mm. So saying that the current house has a deck. I don't know what to, on one side and then a covered porch on the other side, and they're gonna stay? Or is the covered
The
porch?
deck will stay, the covered porch should be gone, and that little bump out will replace it.
Bump up, bump up, okay.
Anybody see any reason we need to do any kind of a site review? Any further questions? Not hearing any.
No, application 37-24 is complete. As amended,
second,
And as amended being 13B, 13C, and 23,
yes,
I heard a second, any discussion?
20 and 2480.
On those prospective numbers. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Any opposed, say nay.
We're gonna move about a site review.
No,
no, you don't need one.
no. We don't, that's something we never vote on. Unless it's, I know, we don't even vote on it if we're gonna all go.
Yeah.
So complete, next is,
Public hearing.
No public hearing needed, then I'll make a motion, no public hearing needed.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Let's see,
Board approve application 37-24.
Second.
any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. That did it,
Yep,
and only one signature.
yep, just you.
Helps style a complete application.
Yeah, I guess I didn't read that one in.
That's all right.
Thank you for
No, I
helping me
mean,
with that.
yeah, you did a great job. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
And to be fair to say, it's like a double wide, and making it double high.
I told them to try to get the house to somebody and build it from scratch, but they wouldn't. But it's a quality double wide. You guys have a good evening.
Dude.
So Carrie will get a
At
permit
least
like
it's
that.
not, at least it's not in
As soon as
Texas,
Bill
what we call
signs
it a
it.
double wide tornado man.
There you go.
I'll stop in tomorrow. Just let me know.
Give me a couple.
Get up there.
Yeah.
Smell awful
All right, thanks again.
Any of them do though,
Yeah.
any of them do. From what my mother says in their farmhouse, Brett. All the poisonous stuff in the furniture and the carpets and everything else. All right. No development review ordinance, other business, CEO report, we don't have one, people wishing to address the planning board.
Yeah. If I may,
That's your opportunity.
I'm just getting increasingly concerned that there seems to be a number of things, details that the planning board or the code enforcement officer is not paying attention to. I know that it's really the applicant's responsibility to prepare the information and answer all the questions. But at the outset, I guess I'd really like you guys to pay attention to the 250-foot setback, the shoreland or resource protection zone or the marine activity zones that are on that map, and sometimes they have different standards than the general rural protection, or even especially maybe the affordable housing town centers programs. I just think there's a lot of stuff that isn't being addressed by you folks. That's my one thought. The other thought is that the town approved the ordinance changes, the changes to the town centers ordinance and the creation of the new town center. And I've noticed that it's interesting that the standard was to find some land that is a town center like place and reduce the density by reducing the lot size in a lot in lots in a certain district. And that will make presumably more affordable housing. Two comments. One is that I don't believe there's any example of affordable housing that the town created before the state said we had to do it, or town centers district rather, that Osborough created in the land use ordinance before the state said you had to have town centers with increased density. And I'm not aware of them really having produced any affordable housing, which was really the purpose of the recent changes as well as the old changes. That said, there's also a real problem, which you may or may not be concerned about, and that is that you said that, okay, we have town centers, and the lot size was down to roughly 20,000 square feet. I don't know the exact size. But then you said, okay, we have town centers, but the state has said the town center has to have a certain density, certain minimum lot size or minimum lot size. So you went to the town centers that already were a town center and said essentially that the 20,000 square foot lots that were created can be reduced down to 8. It's really double dipping. The town had created through the land use ordinance, town centers that were very close to what the state was telling everybody in the state to do. And without identifying that you already had it, you said, okay, we already have it, we gotta change the density from 20,000 to 8, making really very small lots and triggering a certain clearing boom, at least for people clearing these really small lots that were otherwise unbuildable in the existing town centers, and creating a problem where if the standard was to take the underlying density and decrease it a certain amount, which is what you did in the original town centers. The new town center also has a density of 8,000, so it went from 2.5 acres to 8,000 in one fell swoop. And I think that density is really contrary to the import and the meaning of the broader planning documents such as that they are that the town have. And I'm sorry, I'm losing the name of comprehensive plan. I think the comprehensive plan would say, you know, yeah, we need smaller lots, but I don't think it would say you need to change the zoning from 1.5 acres to 8,000. Though it would have said, as we did in our original town centers, that if it's 8.5, you drop down to 20,000. That's all. It just, to me, it's a real problem, but nobody's thinking about it or addressing it, and I just throw it out there. You guys can have fun with it or you can ignore it.
Honestly, we have thought about it, reviewed it, I believe, I don't have the ordinance changes in front of me, the 8,000 square feet is applicable to affordable housing only. Otherwise, we will stay with current town center acreage requirements, and within the shoreland zone, such as in Dark Harbor, we have to comply with the shoreland zone acreage requirements. We cannot change the lot size in the shoreland zone
Right.
within the town
Right,
centers.
or put it another way, the only way you can change it is in the rural protection zone.
Right. No, well. No, shoreline zoning overrules. Yeah.
That's why you see the Dark Harbor
Yeah.
lines don't follow property lines
Right,
No.
because of the
Because they're
shoreline,
250
because of the
feet.
shoreline
right.
zone.
That also would be true for shoreline zoning and for those other special categories of the resource protection that are shown on that map, the 250-foot strip around a number of parts of the island as well as the shoreline zone.
You know,
All I'm saying.
and I hate to sound like one of those people, but if you're looking for affordable housing, you probably shouldn't be looking in the shoreline zone anyway.
Right. Or if you did, you'd find a lot of guest houses being built.
Yeah.
And everything has to meet septic requirements.
I understand.
I think with all the changes that was made, or that were made, we can't mandate anybody, you take your property and turn it into a affordable housing. That's something that could be your decision to take advantage of what the ordinances allow.
But you can say if you're gonna build on a small lot, it has to be affordable housing. But you can choose to do it or not do it, but if you're gonna do
To do affordable housing, you have to meet certain
Yeah,
criteria. of the state.
requirements.
Yeah.
income requirements and you have to keep it for a certain period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not perfect, but we're trying to
I know,
do things right.
sometimes I think you need a little pride, that's all.
So's my wife, but. And anybody that wants me to do work for them. All right. Trevor, would you like to address the planning board?
I mean, I'm not sure what,
should say, I was approached by Bill that there's a vacancy on the planning board, and I expressed interest, in that. So my own approach to being more active in the community and trying to help with, the building of more affordable housing. And also learning how, decisions are made in Islesboro. And so I'd like to contribute where I can.
Great.
Could you, I've never met you before, could you tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about yourself?
My name is Trevor Blackford.
I'm Wendy.
I live on Marshall Cove.
Okay.
We moved here during like the height of the pandemic in 2020. We moved from Colorado and we came to Islesboro because of the school size. It was an island and it had great broadband, so it seemed like the safest place to wait out the pandemic and kind of like the only time to really experience living on an island. And then we sort of fell in love with it. We found the property on Marshall Cove, and we thought that would be, maybe a temporary thing, and then we ended up moving to Brunswick, but really the island, gets its hooks into you and doesn't let go. And so, we came back full-time, a little over a year ago, and so we've been there for a year. Winterized the place a bit so that we could stay year round. And now my two girls, 10 and 6, are enrolled in school, and enjoying it here. I work from home, I work in, software, and so the internet speed is very critical to me. I actually, just joined the IMB board. So the other project that I'm active in is the energy hub and energy committee, and so I'm really jumping in with both feet.
Okay, anybody else? Committee reports, correspondence. We got a letter, everybody's got a copy of it that was sent to us for Losey's, what was his name?
Dexter.
Dexter,
Mr. Dexter.
yeah. And my understanding is we've got yet another letter coming, so.
Yeah, Tom called me today and pretty much said disregard this letter. Because after he had sent it, he read the minutes. And found something in the minutes apparently that he needed to touch on as well. So he's been back in touch with his attorney and he's going to draft a different letter to send out.
Okay,
He won't be here in person on the 26th, so you just want to make sure.
right.
You
Question.
guys got the letter.
Did this come to us before the Tuesday cutoff? I mean, it needs to go into this, it's fine because it's going into the file and so forth like that, and we didn't have the meeting tonight.
I think it showed up on Tuesday,
Okay,
I do believe, late Tuesday afternoon.
I don't remember, but yeah.
I seem to remember getting it, but I was doing like 3 or 4 other things and I just set it on the desk in there.
Mm.
When I came in the next day, I assumed that's when you had found it because it had already been distributed.
Yeah, I found it at night when I came in to do something, but I don't remember which night that was.
you don't have a received stamp, Dave?
I do.
Oh,
Oh,
you do?
I do.
I forgot to use it. That was my fault.
Should get notice of Dave Lucy's thing.
What date is the
Like,
is the letter?
It just says in a butter.
Yeah, it just says August 8th.
I got like the first initial.
That would have been Thursday.
The certified mail and his survey was
Yeah.
on that property.
So I guess it did. It wasn't here by Tuesday then.
All right. Committee reports?
Well, just to jump back to Trevor, do we want to? How do we want it?
I was just gonna ask that to chair additional
Oh,
business, so.
that's the additional one, sorry. Yeah, all right.
So committee reports? Before we go to chair additional business? All right, chair additional business. Now, what's the procedure here for Trevor?
Well, usually he's not sitting there if we're gonna take a vote.
Oh, should I walk out?
Usually, you're right.
Just cover your eyes.
So that's.
Don't we just make a motion to?
Yeah.
Make a motion to send his name
Send his
to
name to
the
the select
select board, correct? I'll make that motion to send his name to the select board.
I'll second it.
Discussion. None being heard, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay.
You can come back.
Okay, next up, I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay.
Parking lot and Joel Wild Peaches.
What?
Unfortunately, the Olympics are over. So you're not listening to the opportunity.
They put break dancing in pickleball.
Just don't do like the tiny people and walk down the ferry line and just stolen people's cars.
And then when they come to their car, it's full of fruit flies.